Before dawn broke over Charleston Harbor in 1862, the water lay still, dark as ink. Robert Smalls stood on the deck of the Confederate ship Planter, his hands steady on the wheel, his heart pounding like drums of war. He had memorized every signal, every whistle, every turn of the harbor. For months, he'd watched the white officers bark orders, learning their voices, their routes, their confidence. They never imagined the enslaved black man at their side was mapping freedom in his mind. That night, the officers went ashore. Smalls pulled on the captain's straw hat, tilted it low over his face, and gave the order. The engines coughed to life. His wife, children, and several other enslaved families hid below deck, praying in silence. As the Planter glided forward, Confederate guards called out from Fort Sumter. Smalls raised his hand and blew the exact signals he'd heard 100 times before. One wrong note would mean cannon fire. But the gates opened. With the first light of morning, the American flag came into view. Smalls turned the ship toward Union lines, raised a white sheet, and called out, "I've brought you some of the old United States guns. Sand I've brought myself." By sunrise, he was no longer property. He was a free man. But Smalls didn't stop at freedom for himself. He became a pilot for the Union Navy, guiding ships through deadly southern waters. After the war, he returned to South Carolina, bought the very house where he had once been enslaved, and stepped into politics. As a U.S. congressman, he fought for public schools, civil rights, and dignity for newly freed black citizens, standing tall in holes once closed to men like him. When people asked him what drove his courage, Smalls would say simply that he believed his people deserved to be free and that he was willing to risk everything to prove it. Robert Smalls stole a ship, but what he truly seized that night in Charleston Harbor was the future.